A little more than a year ago, I saw a meme on Facebook that had a huge effect on my life. Some of you might have seen this meme before, but it was a picture of Beyonce that had the words, "You have as many hours in the day as Beyonce." Beyonce and I are the exact same age. Not only do I have the same amount of hours in a day as Beyonce, but I also have had the same amount of time in this world as Beyonce. I've mentioned Beyonce before on these videos because right when her album Lemonade came out was when I had a lot of things going on with the divorce, and so I had a really strong connection to that album. At the time that I first had seen that meme, I had just finished, I think, binge watching Orange is the New Black and Stranger Things. That meme made me think about how much time I was wasting doing nothing. So I started to think about not wasting time and focusing on building things and making things and going places. I've always been a bit of a go-getter. I don't like to just sit around at home. I like to go and do and experience and try new things. So it wasn't really about getting out of the house. It was more about creating something. And one thing I really love is art. I had my card design business on the side, and I really started to put a lot of time and effort and focus into that. My very first month, I made $200 a month, and then I doubled it, and then I doubled it. That extra income has had a huge effect on my life. Part of what I want to share in this video is kind of this important lesson I've learned about not wasting time and using the time that you have to build something, to make something, to create something, whether it's relationships or activities or hikes, and to go and to experience and to not just sit back and wait for something to happen in your life or someone to join your life or something to do, but instead make something to do, draw. And I've been drawing. I've been drawing a lot. One thing that I've been drawing a lot of lately, because I can't help myself because I'm such a geek, is I've been drawing the characters from the TV show The X-Files. Back in the 90s, I used to watch that show with my stepdad all the time. My stepdad liked it because he liked the aliens and the spooky and the creepy and the weird stuff, and I liked it because I liked the relationship between the two main characters. I wanted them to fall in love so badly. And if any of you are shippers, and that is the longest, most drawn out, beautiful, painful ship, I think, in all of fandom. So the woman that plays Scully on The X-Files, her name is Gillian Anderson. This little bean right here, I have looked up to her since I was in high school. She was just a total badass, and there was something really cool about that to see in a female character. And since The X-Files ended, I followed her career. But this is a drawing I did of all of my favorite characters that she's played. The Fall is one of my favorites. She's gonna be in All About Eve in London. Gillian Anderson said that she was going to be coming to the States to do a couple Comic-Cons this year. And it wasn't just her coming. Come to find out, she and David, who plays Mulder, and the entire cast of The X-Files, they were all going to come and meet up in Orlando, and it's going to be the last time they were all together. So I just thought, you know what? Treat yourself. Do it. Have fun. Do this. And so I booked a ticket for me and Quinn to take a flight to Orlando. We got to meet the entire cast of the show and get pictures with them and get autographs with them. If you notice here, Gillian Anderson signed my artwork. That was cool. And I have a little video. It's only like a clip, and I was trying to be sneaky.
Thank you. Hey, I drew this. Did you? It's cool.
Yeah. But she signed my artwork, and that was cool. And she liked Quinn's t-shirt. I designed that. It says, "Scully, my new favorite Disney princess." I mean, the whole trip was just fantastic. It was amazing. Like, literally, my hero is standing right in front of me, you know, and I was trying to be cool. But it was impossible because I just was geeking out so hard, and my internal geek was like going crazy. Such a geek. I can't even. What? I'm not going to apologize because this is just who I am. You either like me or you don't like me. One of the really cool things about being an artist at that is, you know, I was walking around and I saw people wearing my design on their shirt, and I'd stop them and say, "Hey, I drew that." And they'd be like, "You're Sidley?" You know, it's funny, back in the day they said, do not meet people that you've met on the internet in real life. And yet, what's the fun in that? Now I've gone out and I've met all these people that I've met online, all these amazing artists and these YouTubers. I met Candace, who does a really great, fun YouTube show about the X-Files. And I also met Spooky Improv Gal, who does her own set of YouTube channels. And they were both so incredibly nice, and it was fun to meet them in real life. And I met some really great, fun girls while I was out there too, and we just had a blast. Like, it was such a great experience. It just was, and I'm so glad that I went. I could have never been able to go if it weren't for having seen that meme and then focusing on working really hard at my art. It was just such an amazing experience. And the next day we went to Disney World, and Quinn is just barely at 44 inches, so now she can go on almost every single ride. And she loves the fast ride. My daughter's such an adventurer. I never would have been able to do that trip if I hadn't have let myself geek out about it and just go, and B, if I hadn't have had that new mentality of working really hard. I want to show you some artists that if you like X-Files like me, you've got to follow them. They're incredible. One is Mulder TXF. She is an animator. She's incredible. I love everything she does. She's incredible. And if you're watching this, seriously, shout out to you. You're incredible. Is Fran. And Fran is insane. She's so good. I love artists. Scully Hair Don't Care. Mimi is great. One of my best friends, Liv, moved to California recently. Before she left, we were sitting around the island of my kitchen kind of talking about different things and relationships, and I was kind of laughing about something, and Liv said to me, Candace, I think you're the happiest person that I know. And that meant a lot to me. I've really been the happiest I've ever been. Ever. And I don't know why. I don't have stacks of money. I don't have a partner. I've been happy. Being a teacher is really tough, but really emotionally rewarding. And drawing is tough, but really emotionally rewarding. And being a mom is tough, but really emotionally rewarding. And blasting my music in the car and singing is sometimes all I need to have a good day. I've had a lot of really good days lately. We all have something to look forward to. Look for it. I want to tell you one funny thing that happened at the Spooky Empire. When you get a VIP pass, means you get to have pictures with the celebrities, and you get to have the autographs, and you get to go to the panels and all that stuff. But you get one picture, right? And so I went and got my picture with David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson. I was stoked about it. Quinn was with me. And then I was waiting in line for my picture with just Gillian Anderson. And while I was waiting there, the lady who was in charge of taking the tickets to get people through the line, I started to notice was getting a little bit past me, and I was waiting by the door. And I kind of looked in, and I could see David and Gillian standing there. It was so fun to watch them interact with each other, because David was so much more cool and laid back than I was expecting. And Gillian is just so playful and funny. And I was watching them for a bit, and I thought, it'd be really cool to have a picture with them and my daughter. But these photos are like $300 pictures, and I don't want to pay $300 to get a single picture with them and my daughter. So I was sitting there thinking about how much I really wanted one, and the lady in the front of me who's taking the tickets is going up and up and up the line and kind of hovering around here. And I had this idea. I said, hey Quinn, how would you like to get a picture with just you and David and Gillian? And Quinn was like, yeah. And I said, but here's the thing, Mama doesn't want to pay for that. And she was like, okay. I said, so here's what you got to do. Wait until I tell you, and then I want you to take one giant step forward, and then you'll be standing in the line to be able to get your picture taken. And if they let you, just stay in the line and go all the way around until you're in front of them. And then I want you, when they look at you and they say, just you, I want you to say, just me, and then get your picture taken with them. You think you can do that? And Quinn was like, yeah, I got this. So we're standing there, and I said, wait. We waited. And sure enough, the lady kind of went forward a little bit and stopped looking. And I said, okay, now go. And sure enough, Quinn takes one giant step forward and turns, and then she's in this line. So she gives me this little thumbs up. And I was like, yeah, go. And so she walks in, and she's in the line, and she's acting all cool, and she kind of waves at me a little bit. We get through to the front, and David and Julie are standing there, and they get this big group of people, and then the people left, and they turn, and she's just standing there by herself, and they're like, just you? And she goes, just me. And they're like, great, come on over. So she comes over, and she holds their hand and takes a picture with them. And when she was done taking her picture, she ran back through to me, and she's like, I did it. And I was like, you did it. I was so excited. And then sure enough, the picture printed out, we got the picture, and I thought I'd be really clever. And so the show ended on season 11, right, with Scully announcing that she's pregnant to Mulder, and they cry and they hug each other. The series ended on season 11, right? And then the show's done. So a lot of people have been writing fan fiction, whether it's a boy or a girl or twins or all that stuff. And I got this picture back that had Mulder and Scully and my daughter, and I thought, I got a funny idea. So I took a picture of it and I posted it on Twitter, and I said, season 12 spoiler, : it's a girl, ! And then I tagged. Next thing you know, my phone just started blowing up. I think it got like 300 likes in about 20 minutes. Everywhere we went after that, people recognized Quinn. And they were like, oh my gosh, there's the little girl. And she was like waving at everybody. It was really cute.